Alright, hey guys. So, I'm going to pick up on the self-sufficient backyard. And this is Chapter 2, the Homestead Plan. And it's the other little subtitle in this one is called More Questions. So, we're just going to get right into this, you guys. Alright, Chapter 2, the Homestead Plan, the self-sufficient backyard. You may be an apartment dweller or someone living in the city who is dreaming of one day breaking free to try your hand at a more self-reliant lifestyle. You have no land now, but someday, some way, you are passionate about making it happen. We want you to share in the good life. Not only will we encourage you, but the following few pages were written just for you to help give you a head start. For those who own their own property, they are ready to make the most of it. Feel free to skip directly to the sub-chapter titled The Sketch. And I'll get to that on the next video, because that one deals with the garden plan. Okay. Ask yourself a few questions. Why am I considering homesteading? Good question. Why are you guys considering homesteading? Those of you who have not gotten into it yet, why are you considering homesteading? What's your reasons? What's your why? What do I want to accomplish? How self-sufficient do I want to try to be? Do I want to live off-grid? These questions will form the basis of your overall game plan, and once you have the answers to those questions, you can formulate the next steps. Personally, we can't imagine any other lifestyle, but we realize that many of the aspects and concepts of off-grid living are foreign to the general population. Technically, we're living off-grid right now. We're not living in the house. But living off the grid presents some challenges as well as rewards. It's just one of the many facets of becoming self-sufficient. You can strive to be self-sufficient and still remain tied to the grid, though. In fact, there are situations where you can be tied to the electrical grid, but you still have your own solar and or wind power system for your needs. Any excess power you produce is sold back to the utility company, whereas when it's cloudy or nighttime, the grid supplies your power needs. Kind of the best of both worlds. I'll have much more to say about this in the off-grid electrical chapter. But for now, this is a critical element that needs to be thought about in your planning because your location may preclude you from being able to set up a system like this. Alright, here's the more questions part. Let's do some more pondering together. The following questions are in no particular order. Answering them will further define exactly what you hope to accomplish with the property and how best to set everything up. If your homestead is to be off-grid, it will be solar, wind, water-powered, or a combination of them. Sorry, I read that wrong. If your homestead is to be off-grid, will it be solar, wind, water powered, or a combination of them? In essence, a hybrid system. Each of these avenues of energy production have certain requirements to be viable. For example, solar panels need a southern exposure without any obstructions that would shade them. Bear in mind these considerations when selecting your property. Do you want animals? What kinds? Just a few hens, or do you want a Noah's Ark with two of everything, including dairy and beef critters? Well, we just want our chickens, of course, and our ducks, and our guineas, our turkeys, our dairy goats, rabbits, quail, and that's for the business end of it. Well, the quail are also meat birds as well. And then, sorry, I'm tired, you guys. I worked a lot in the house today. And then, feeder pigs for us. So, how big of a garden do you envision? Just a small salad patch, or one big enough for fresh summertime eating, or one big enough to provide you with food for a year? Definitely food for a year. Any plans to grow extra to sell at farmers markets for supplemental income? What about an orchard? Do you want one? Exactly. Definitely in the plans, as you guys know. What is your preference for a climate? A great deal can be accomplished regardless of what the climate is, so this is more of a comfort issue. Ew. Okay, that's yuck. If you head to the Snowbelt and regret that decision with the first heavy snow, that will take some of the joy out of the lifestyle. Well, we're in the Snowbelt in Michigan. I don't care. I'd rather not be in the melt as soon as the sun hits belt.
Heatbelt.
How close to civilization do you want to be? I don't really care, to be honest. Close to malls and shopping centers, out in the boonies, or somewhere in between. We're pretty much in between. Will you miss family if you make a move away from them? Oh, you better do that. And yes. You will be investing a great deal of time, effort, and expense into your homestead, so it needs to be in the right location. Do you want to be immersed in the mountains, desert, forest, coastline, or near a lake? Do you want a stream or a pond? What I've tried to do with all these questions is to have you frame your mind an ideal What I've tried to do with all these questions is to have you frame in your mind the ideal site that appeals to you. This is perhaps a lifetime investment for you, and it will be. I know back in the 70s and 80s, many a homesteader gave up their dreams by becoming delusioned with the area they chose. In a roundabout way, you now have a shopping list of suitable traits you are seeking when you go shopping for the perfect homestead spot. Based on the above answers, you can better define the size, location, function, and attributes of the perfect property you are looking for. Let me interject my thoughts on the one state or province that you should really consider. One of the great things about this lifestyle is the freedom it affords. I was blessed early in my younger days of homesteading to have winter through hiked younger days of homesteading to have winter through hiked all 2,100 miles of the Appalachian Trail, which led through 14 states. Okay, that does not make any sense. Baby, get down! Booger. Anyway. Then a few years later, I bicycled across the northern tier of the United States from Washington State to Maine. And many times we made the long drive across Canada from Saskatchewan to the east coast of the U.S. So, I've seen quite a bit of North America. I've formed a strong opinion on the perfect state and province where you just have to consider settling and begin pursuing your homestead dream. And that state is the state or province that best fits your goals, dreams, and sets your heart aglow. It's the place where you feel at peace. It's the place where watching a sunrise or sunset from your property makes your heart skip a beat and brings a smile along with complete contentment. For us, there came a time during every search when we instinctively knew we had found home, and we are certain you will instinctively know too. I did call Oklahoma home for a while. But now that I'm back, and I don't have to worry about Tim, this is home. Michigan. This is home. Sorry for the cop-out, but I could not be so self-righteous as to declare one state or province superior to another. Within each state, there's such a variety of climate, geography, and subtle characteristics that it would be foolhardy and unfair of me to ever suggest where you should settle. But Johanna and I are happy to give you pointers and things to consider. We all have our reasons for considering a change of direction with our lives. I know I did. I wanted more out of life. The concept of being self-reliant and self-sufficient had great appeal. I wanted the satisfaction of eating my own food, raising my own food, as well as heating and cooking the wood with wood I cut myself. I sought the security of knowing that I was free from rising food costs or threats to the food supply. And that's really important nowadays. The prospect of independence from the power companies by generating energy from the wind, sun, or both was empowering. I was a young, naive guy out for an adventure, and what an adventure it has turned out to be. Once I made up my mind to make the change, I did it and never looked back. One of the best decisions of my life. I love the freedom of waking in the morning and deciding how I will spend my day. To that end, I write this chapter as a reality check. It is a gentle prod for you to think everything through completely. And that's what I've been telling you guys. Do your research. Do your research because it's important. It's so nice to fantasize about the simple little cabin in the woods surrounded by a lush garden with no cares in the world when you are stuck in a traffic jam or seated behind your desk at work. However, when it comes time to make your dream a reality, the path to success is often strewn with unanticipated pitfalls, any of which may seem insurmountable at the time, unless you've thought ahead and have at least the seed of an alternative strategy in your mind. And that's where the research comes in. When I first started out, I bought books on many homesteading topics, and for years they were my reference library. It is our hope this book will become one of your go-to resources. Self-Reliant Backyard for the independent homesteader. Keep that in mind, guys. You can usually get it you can get this for as low as $37, so about $42. Sorry, I'm really tired. We did a lot of work in the house today. As humans, we can cram a lot of info into our craniums, but it's impossible to store it all. Johanna and I still occasionally refer to a book or the internet to look up some tidbit. Although the internet is convenient for research, if for some reason technology breaks down, having a printed book to browse is still vital. What have I been saying? Having that in hard copy. If you rely on Pinterest, write that stuff down. Also, don't be afraid to talk to others who have lived the life. There are many people like us who are happy to chat and answer questions. Take advantage of that resource. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we worked a lot in the house today. I'm just really tired. Understand that the lifestyle is not utopia, but it is extremely satisfying to pursue self-reliance. Realize that you don't have to make an all-or-nothing clean break from your conventional life. Becoming a bit more self-sufficient can be done in stages. There's nothing wrong with living in suburbia and growing a small garden to help with your food needs. By the same token, there's nothing wrong with living so far remote that you only shop twice a year and need to grow the majority of your food as we did. And then there's everything in between. Regardless of whether you own property currently or are dreaming of the day when you do, the plot sketch and accompanying chapters will get you well on your way. And I'm going to go ahead and stop this video right there. And the next one is on the sketch of their property and how they did it. And I don't know, I might take a page from their book. I don't know. So we'll see. Ooh. Yeah, we did a lot today. But I'm going to go ahead and get off from here, and I'm going to upload this one. I am definitely going to do a few more, for sure. Maybe. I don't know. I'll upload this one tonight, for sure. I do want to do some more videos. I might actually do a couple more and then just upload this one tonight. But remember, guys, do your research because it's really, really important. And you guys need to remember that. It's very important. So I'm going to go ahead and get off from here. I'll upload this, and I will see you guys in the next video, be it tonight or tomorrow. But I will see you guys in the next video. You guys have a great night. Do your research. Check your subscriptions. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the notification bell and click on all so you get all the notifications. And I will see you guys in the next video. Remember, guys, if you need to talk, hit me up. Please. Through the comments or email. Hit me up. I will listen. Remember that. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.